hoping it is a beautiful day for one specific reason, and that is because the Philadelphia Flyers defeated the New York hockey team 3-2 in overtime. I have never been so proud of the 2025-26 Flyers than I am right now. Yes, we lost them twice. We did, but we beat them last night, and that's what I care about. Okay. I have never been so happy about a regular season win since we beat them in the shootout in 2010. I love it. Each Cobb equals Lindros. Let's go. Oh, I'm so glad they won that game. Friday is lit, school is lit, Flyers hockey is lit, and I'm getting pizza and playing some PS5/PS4. Let's go. That sounds like a great time. Thank you for being the Rangers sincerely and Islanders fan. You're welcome. Each Cobb equals Datsu. Yeah, guys, we have a lot to talk about. Uh, obviously, elephant in the room, Flyers have beaten the world's worst franchise, I should say. Flyers beat them in overtime. JT think it's too soon to say Michkov's back. I mean, it was against the worst team in the league, but I don't really care. He had a good game. He looked really good out there. Obviously, he had 2 goals. He played an overall good game as well. Um, Another guy who I thought played really well last night was Noah Cates. I thought Noah Cates had a really good game overall. He had a goal Wednesday night against Washington. He had a good defensive game. He was good on the penalty kill as well. Coots was good on the penalty kill as well. I was really happy to see that. So overall, just great win. Jeff says we're back, baby. Let's make this playoff push. All right. Well, let's see. I mean, I know a lot of people want tank, 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 but how many points out of a playoff spot are we now? 6. The Bruins won, so let's see. Let's check it out. I'm looking it up right now. Um, okay, still 8, right? 8 points with a game in hand. I would love to beat the Bruins on Saturday in regulation so we could get into, talks of the wild card spot. But if we lose in regulation, then we're in trouble. Because we don't have a game in hand on Boston, and we're 8 points behind them. So if we beat the Bruins in regulation, we're only 6 points out of a playoff spot. So we're going to need to get on a little bit of a run here. And this is where it starts. It starts right here beating the world's worst team, the world's most overrated arena. That's where it starts, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome back to Broad Street Banter. Another episode, 2 days in a row with an episode due to back-to-back games. Love to see it. Next episode is Sunday. But we got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Like I said, elephant in the room, Flyers beat the world's worst franchise. A lot of good guys. A lot of guys had some good games. Obviously, Michkov, Zegras had a good game. I think Zegras he was a little bit like, kind of wanted to prove to Sullivan that he should have been on Team USA. I don't know. That's just my take. I think, uh, I think he wanted to prove that he should have been on that team over Trocheck and JT Miller and all those guys from the Rangers. Ducks on fire right now. Good for them. Besides Cutter, please start doing pre-game streams. Do you guys want me to do pre-game streams? I've had some people say that. I don't know if I'd be able to do a pre-game stream before every game. Yes. Ooh, people are saying yes. Secrecy equals David. If I can get enough people to watch the pre-game streams, I will do it. Secrecy. Jim Jackson should call every Flyers game. I agree. I would have loved to hear his call last night. You wore the shirt last night. That's it. Yeah, they were giving these out the home opener a few years ago. Curtis said it'll be in every stream. Let's go. Love it. So I would probably do the stream like an hour before the game starts if I did that. Would you guys be down for that? I don't know. Actually, if I did a pregame stream, it would probably only be like a half hour because if I'm doing a stream the day after, or yeah, the day after their last game, then I would probably only have so much to talk about. But if you guys want pregame streams, we can start doing that. I can't promise I can do it every game, depending on when they are because of work and whatever. But pregame stream 2 o'clock Saturday. It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that. A 2 minute pregame stream, that's a great idea. We win our next stream, then Danny Shots World, the big trade for Robert Thomas on Friday. Jeff, I don't know if you're being sarcastic anymore. You're getting my hopes up. Have you turned it? Because you're always in here saying, like, oh, we're done, sell, sell, sell. And then we win last night. No, I don't know. Look, if you're being serious, I love it. I love it. But we want Stamkos, depending on what we depending on what we get. Last night was the turning point. Let's go. Start an hour before and end like 30 to 15 minutes before the game starts. All right. All right. Yes or no in the chat. Do we want pregame streams moving forward? Do we want pregame streams like starting like an hour before every Flyers game and then have a stream the day after every Flyers game? Well, that's a lot of yeses. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone's saying yes. Becca says yes. Bobby Brink says maybe, maybe. All right, I'm not doing it anymore. Bobby Brink said maybe. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But don't overwork yourself. Fair. Yes, we want pregame streams. Daniel Bryan, let's go. um, pregame streams, huh? Maybe maybe we'll do them moving forward. Maybe we'll do some pregame streams for the Flyers. It depends though, because like if I'm going to the game, then I can't do a pregame stream because I'll be on my way to the game. UGC, I think we should start thinking if we lose to Boston. Um, I mean, I don't think tanking is the right way to put it, but looking at a playoff spot, yeah, that would be. I'm gonna be honest. I'd find it very hard to see them in a playoff spot at the end of the year if they don't win Saturday, at least in overtime. You can score fish and see how many you get right by the end of the season. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I like that idea. Good idea. Mike Richards Flyers were in the same situation. Just saying. I think that team had a lot more talent than this team, but well, I'm gonna. But I think what was I gonna say? I think yeah, the 2010 Flyers that were out of a playoff spot and just barely made it in, like with the late run at the end of the season, and then made it to the Cup. That team was significantly better than the team now. The team is significantly better. So, dude, what happened to T? I don't know. What did happen to T? I think he hasn't posted, but he's just been busy. That's all. Nothing happened to him. He's all good. Rebecca says the Rose. Let's go. I don't know what that does, but thank you. I have one gifter now on this live. Let's go. I'm claiming my rewards. I don't know what that means on TikTok, but thank you so much. And a 9% free money. Pretty sure you get 5K for that. I wish. You'll get 39 cents. Let's go. Who's your favorite hockey player who's never been a Flyer, and why is it Charlie Maxwell? It's not Charlie Maxwell. Probably not. But favorite Flyer or favorite player that's never been a Flyer. See, My answer years ago would have been Jonathan Quick. I liked him growing up because he beat the Rangers in the Cup, and I was a goalie when I was little, playing hockey, and I always liked Quick because he was one of the best goalies in the league. Then he went to that team, and I lost all. So if I had to pick, man, that's tough. That's a good question. Favorite hockey player to never play for the Flyers. Man, I did like that too, but not that much. Uh, I've always liked Stamkos. I know we talk about him. You met Connor McDavid? No way. That's crazy. Next year's our year. Big trade for C. Forster back, Martona, Matt Bay hitting stride. I hope so. I hope so. I really hope so. Yeah, favorite hockey player to never play for the Flyers. I'll say either Stamkos or I didn't like Zdeno Chara, but I did at the same time. I know you want me to say a Bruin because you're a Bruins fan, so I'll say Zdeno Chara. How about that? You have to admit the Ducks are doing better than the Flyers. I mean, sure, yeah, I suppose. I don't mind the Ducks besides one player on that team. Martone wants to play in Philadelphia by the end of the season. Yeah, we welcome other fans. It's okay as long as they're not Ranger fans. Ducks fans are welcome here. That's okay. Martone wants to play in Philadelphia by the end of the season. I would love that to happen. I would love it. And I honestly I think it will happen. I think it's gonna happen. Here, comment yes or no, ladies and gentlemen. Yes or no, do we think Tippett to Nashville, we got Stammer? Don't play with me like that. Don't play with me like that. That's not cool. That's not cool. Okay, you're trolling. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. You would have seen me freak out right now if we got Stamkos. You would have seen me flip this table in joy. Even though I don't want to get rid of Tippett, but like I would have been standing up here dancing. Oh, I'm like, it depends on Michigan State playoff run. Well, Michigan State is ranked number one in the country right now. So I don't think their season's going to end anytime soon unless they get bounced in the first round of the tournament. But I don't know. As a Michigan Wolverines fan, I hope they get bounced in the first round. As a Martone fan, I wish them the best. But at the same time, I want them to get bounced so he can start playing for the Flyers. You know, that would be really nice. It'll still be over before the Flyers finish, right? Yeah. Curtis, you want to call in? You can call in a little bit. I want to interact with the chat a little bit first. Then we can have some call ins. Over 1,000 likes on the live. Thank you, everybody. Oh, Curtis, you're at home. I'm sorry. He's averaging 2 to 3 points a game. It's ridiculous. He's got to figure out how to play no T. He's been great in overtime when he's actually playing, but a lot of overtimes he's not out there. And he's finally out there in overtime because he had to spring out of the box, which I guess was a blessing in disguise. And lo and behold, he scores a game-winning goal. His fourth overtime game winner in his young career. Martone better than Gretzky? Duh. He knows how to play an OT, but Taki won't play him. Yeah, it's true. I found myself holding my breath a lot last night. Me too, Joe. Me too. Oh my gosh. When we went down 2-0, and we made it 2-1. I like wasn't even happy, and I thought I'm gonna be honest, guys. I tried to never lose hope for the Flyers, but I thought we were done last night. We went down 2-0. After how that game started, I saw this in yesterday's live. You can tell if the Flyers are gonna win in the first 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Last night, it was like, okay, we're not gonna win this game. They have the significant better goaltending. Harrison lets in that awful goal. Oh my gosh, to start the game. And I was like, here we go. If he's going to let that in, we are cooked. And then we won. I don't know how, but it happened. And yeah, the Flyers earned 2 points against everyone's least favorite team. See, we got someone trying to call in here. I believe it's Luke. Yep. All right, Luke. Luke, how we doing? Yes, great win last night. What are your thoughts? Mhm. One of the best feelings a man can have is when the Flyers beat the Rangers. There we go. See, this this is how we know the next generation is looking great, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. That's right. What's up, Noah? How we doing?
We got to talk about Erson's goaltending.
He played well last night, besides the one goal that I think you or me would have stopped.
Yeah, he played. I feel like who would have stopped that
Who?
2012 playoff Ilya Bryzgalov, and he couldn't save a damn thing.
The fact that what year were you born?
Hmm?
What year were you born in?
13.
The fact that you know about 2012 Ilya playoff Ilya Brizgalov is honestly so awesome.
I watched full games.
That is awesome. Like
I
that's
watched
it.
full games, even if we lose full games.
That's awesome.
I
That's
forced myself to watch Game 6.
that's great. Well, Game 6 was great. I could sit down and watch that right now. I would love to because that was just incredible. That whole game, we just dominated them. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Ayrson played. Ayrson honestly played well last night, besides the first goal.
Yeah, and I honestly hope Erson gets better throughout the season. And I
Mhm.
think Erson played a good performance because we were playing a trash team. I don't know if that's kind of the fact here.
Yeah, but you got to get going somehow, you know.
But yeah, this might be a little bit of a take, but I think this might be the start of something great for Erson for the rest of the season.
I like it. I like it. After he gave up that first goal, I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at my TV and I'm like, get this guy out of the game.
I
Get
saw
him
him
out.
literally walk into the locker room with the hats on, and I'm like, can you please come in net? Please come in net.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So, I mean, you can't pull a guy for giving up one goal unless it's that bad, and in that case, it was. But I'm glad they didn't, and that's why you don't, because he looked he looked solid, and he made a lot of big saves, especially in overtime. He made a lot of big saves to help us win that game. So, if there were 3 stars of the game, it probably would have been Michkov, Zegers, and Harrison, honestly.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think I let Rangers player there that scored the first one.
Mm,
Or not, yeah, the first one.
yeah,
He
because
like scored.
that was a pass towards the net that happened to go in. Like
Yeah,
the only way that goes in is either Arison's in net or it's an empty net. And so, but Arison was good the rest of the night, so I'll give him credit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there really anything else to talk about? Like, do we want to talk about what's gonna happen at the deadline, or
Well, what do you suggest we do, or what you want to happen at the deadline, and I'll give you my thoughts on it.
if we want to salvage the rest of the season and make a playoff spot for Stamkos?
I like it. depends where they are in a week or two, especially if they win this game. This Boston game tomorrow is their biggest game of the year, and that's obvious. They win this game in
Yeah.
regulation, and they're 6 points out of a playoff spot. They lose, they're 10 points out. That is a huge difference. Huge.
Yeah.
So,
Do you think what you call this is more important than game 7.7? Or I know
ooh,
not more important, but like it kind of feels like the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know about that. 'Cause that's a game seven, but
Yeah, that's
I
seven, but
I don't know about that, but
for a playoff spot,
right.
for a
I get what you're
chance.
saying. It's Bruins Flyers, big game. I get what you're saying, but that game was. I would say Game Seven was much bigger than this just because it's a playoff game. It's Game Seven,
Yeah,
but I get what you're
yeah.
saying. I get what you're
Also, I feel like Terry helped out a little bit over time. I'm not gonna lie.
saying. Yeah, no, he
Because
was
I don't know
good
if
on
you
the
saw,
penalty kill.
he was deflecting shots, and he even got the assist that led Michkov to score.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. Uh, I'm really looking forward to this game tomorrow. We tend to struggle in my life since that 2010 playoff series against Boston. We have struggled against them since then, and
Oh
that
my
was a
god!
long time ago.
When I
They have had
was
our number. So,
when I was like uh, 10, watching that playoff series versus the Islanders,
mhm,
I genuinely like broke down.
yeah,
Like we went to Game 7, and then they shut us out.
yep. That was one of the worst Flyers games I've ever watched in my life,
You sure it
for
wasn't
sure.
Game 6 of 2010?
I was too little to remember watching that. I was only like five, but I mean, like I remember them losing, but I remember 2020 more because I was way older. So
Yeah,
worst Flyers game in my life, yeah, Game Six, 2010 for sure. Worst one that I've experienced, I would say Game Seven against the Islanders, 20. No, Game Seven against the Rangers, 2014 was the
what
worst.
about not I'm trying to think. What was the series where we lost to the Pen, and it was like the Pens, and it was the most like obvious penalty of all time?
Oh, 2018, they beat us in
Yeah, that
six.
was the most obvious penalty of all time. We should have gotten that penalty, and they
Yeah,
should not have scored.
yeah.
He got tripped.
Mm,
That was another one of the worst games.
they were also winning that game six like 4-2, and they ended up losing 8-5. I mean, that was rough. That was really rough. It was rough, but
Yeah,
hopefully
I
we
mean, I
can.
feel like I really like her goaltender. I
Do
like her
you?
goaltender. It's just Harrison. Not out. I'm not saying Harrison's a problem. I think he really needs to like work on. Because remember how last season he was okay at best, but he actually was kind of good.
Yeah,
I feel like the reason most of our season last season, we still would have missed the playoffs, but I feel like we would have gotten a better record
I agree.
if Ivan Fedotov never got signed to the team.
Mm.
I legit wanted to put bleach in my eyes whenever I watched him play.
Yeah, he did not have a great season. I wish him the best, but he didn't have a great season last year. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's that one goalie that can make crazy saves, but he cannot make a simple save to save his life.
Yeah, true. Well, we don't have to worry about Fedotov anymore. We just got to worry about Erson and Vladar.
Thank God.
Yeah. Ooh. Uh,
Yeah.
score prediction for tomorrow.
What is that?
Score
Score
prediction for tomorrow.
prediction? I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 4-3 Flyers. They score a goal late in the game.
Mm.
Bruins go for the empty netter, and then they run out of time. Flyers don't score 4-3.
I like it. Very specific. I like it. I mean, I'll take any regulation win we can get within 6 points of a playoff spot, and
Yeah,
we'd be
because
6 points
we
behind
need
the
to
Islanders
start
too.
we need to start blowing teams out.
We do.
Or
We
not even just blowing teams out. Like we need to start if we're playing teams that like are below us or that's not even in our conference, we could lose in a team.
yeah. Oh,
If,
at
if
this
it's
point, we
not in
need
our
to start getting
conference,
two because we're behind. We're on the outside looking in. We need to start getting 2 points rather than one
yeah.
because we have settled for 1 point way too many times. 11 times this year, we've
Yeah,
settled for
I
one
think we're
point.
4-10-2 last couple games.
Um, score
Yeah,
9-4 in our last 17.
that is horrible.
Yeah, but we gotta just can't look at that. We gotta look at what's in front of us and win the games in front of us.
Yeah, that's what I said yesterday about Capitals. We gotta just keep looking for it.
Yep, absolutely, I love it.
Yep.
Well, I love your positive attitude. It's awesome. Love how much you love the Flyers. Keep it up, and thanks for calling in. All right, man.
No problem. I'm gonna go boot up Chell 16 and shit on the Rangers.
Nice, dude.
Is
Have
Chell
fun.
16 or Chell 26?
Mm,
Chell 16, I'd have Leeson, Claude Giroux,
true.
or
Do
Jack.
16. That team was fun.
All right.
All right. Have a good one, man. Great kid. Um, Flyers schedule really isn't that bad the rest of the way. Not really. It's just we do play some teams that we struggle to beat. Like for some reason, the Rangers, who we beat last night, Boston, Washington, Pittsburgh. Like there's just specific teams we just can't beat. Carolina, yeah, I know they're always good. That's why. But like even when they weren't good, we could never beat that team. Ever since they've been in our division, we can never beat the Hurricanes. Dallas, do we play Dallas too? Let me look at our schedule. You're gonna be home in 20 minutes. Yeah, I'll probably still be live. The Islanders, yeah. Flyers schedule. Here we go. I know we got Boston and then the Mammoth. After tomorrow, we don't play till March 5th. Oh wait, no, that would make sense actually. Tomorrow's the last day of February. Still, we have 4 days off? Then we have the team from New York, March 9th, at the Wild, at the Ducks, at the Sharks, home against Chicago, home against the Stars, home against the Red Wings. Yes, I wouldn't say we play the Red Wings 3 times. We do. We play the Red Wings 3 times in from April 2nd and from March 28th to April 2nd. Huh. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm curious to see how we play tomorrow coming off of a win. I'm very curious. I wonder if the Red Wings are going to try to get Risto at the deadline. They could. They're one of the teams interested. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd rather have a top five pick to play with Martone instead of barely missing playoffs or bottom seed. Well, you got to take a risk eventually and try to make the playoffs. You can't tank for forever. You know, you can't do it for forever. You know we're going to lose. You don't know that. I'm not guaranteeing victory, but you don't know we're gonna lose. You never know. You got to have some confidence in your team. I know it's hard, but gotta have some confidence, guys. The problem is the seventh is the best we can do unless we get lucky in the lottery. Yeah, so we may as well just try to win now. Everyone give your score predictions for tomorrow for Flyers Bruins. How about that? Everyone give score predictions for tomorrow's game. You like Bobby's 4-3 Flyers? I like it. I like it. 4-3 Flyers. Okay. Everyone's got similar predictions. I like it. I would love a 4-3 Flyers. Man. Oh my gosh. I would love it. 4-3 Flyers. Everyone's saying 4-3 Flyers. Oh, Quest got pulled. That's funny. Do we have anyone else that wants to call in or anything like that? Yeah, if you want to call in, request to join on TikTok. If you're watching on YouTube, you can call in on TikTok. Thank you, everybody that always normally watches these. Today's a very special one because the Flyers beat my least favorite team, which is always great. Always great. And I know there's always the regulars that always come in here into the live streams and interact with the chat. I appreciate all you guys. It's awesome. what I'm trying to do for a living, sports media, sports broadcasting, that kind of stuff. So you guys interacting with my streams every day and saying, "Oh, you should do pregame streams," is means a lot. So thank you. Bump has been picking up lately in Lehigh Valley. I would love to see him come up soon. I don't think he's going to, but I would love to. Last night was insane. Fell off the couch due to excitement. Let's go. Number one supporter is me, definitely. Curtis, you are definitely a legend for sure. I have a lot of supporters though, so or maybe not a lot, but a few good, very, very, very awesome supporters. So, and I appreciate every single one of you that have followed me on different accounts over the years. Really appreciate it. Joe's raising her hand. Absolutely, of course, of course. I want to see Murchison roster next season after he recovers. His play was great in his stint here. Yeah, I liked Murchison, and I like him more than Juleson. Flyers will never win another cup. You stink. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't need that. I got into hockey last year and was actually paid attention. I actually paid attention this season. How would you assess this season? Are you a Flyers fan? I'm assuming you're a Flyers fan. No problem, JT. You need to show on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Are you still in Mary Media? No, I am not. Can we talk about how insane Matthew Schaefer is? Yeah, he's 2 years younger than me, and he's freaking ridiculous. Wish we could have gotten that guy, but I don't know how the Islanders won the lottery. Hughes, Flyers, Phillies, Burns, Sixers fan. Okay, grew up in Philly. All right, that makes sense. Um, so how would I assess this season? It's basically a how do I? If you're just getting into hockey and you want to know stuff about the Flyers, uh, first off, don't let anybody ever tell you that this isn't a great franchise because it is. We haven't won a cup in a while. That doesn't mean that this isn't a good franchise. Uh, this is the best franchise in Philly sports history, better than the Phillies, Eagles, and Sixers. Flyers do have the best franchise in Philadelphia sports all time. It's true. So I'm glad you're getting into hockey. That's awesome. It's a great time to get into hockey. The Flyers have a lot of young talent, and we're uh, we're very glad to have you on board in the fan base. So welcome to the Flyers fan base, of course. Um, how do we have the best franchise we haven't won since the '70s? I'm not talking about like in the last 10 years, but all time. Yeah, the Flyers were better way before the Sixers and Phillies and Eagles were. And I'm also biased because I'm this is the only Philly team I root for. So, but I still think we're a good franchise. Maybe not the best, but the Flyers, yeah, they haven't won a cup since the '70s, but it's not like they haven't been good since the '70s. That's what people, uh, you know, assume. Flyers were good all of the '80s. They just couldn't win the cup. They got there multiple times against the Islanders, against the Oilers. They just didn't win the cup. Same in the '90s. They got to the cup in '97. Got the Rangers to get there. They got to the cup in 2010. This right now, yes, it's the worst decade in Flyers history. I've said that multiple times on our streams. But oh, we have a Rangers fan in here. Oh man! All right, let me calm down. Let me calm down. I'm seeing something that the Flyers are finalizing a trade with Owen Tippett involved. They're not. No way. What? You're trolling. Why are people trolling? Tippett to Montreal confirmed. Why are we trolling? Why are we trolling? Now you're gonna make me look this up and look stupid. I'm gonna look up Owen Tippett, and it's not gonna happen. Owen Tippett. Nothing comes up about Owen Tippett. Okay, 2 hours ago from Broad Street Hockey, Bruins reportedly targeting Flyers Owen Tippett in trade talks. Joe Biden is my favorite president because he's a Flyers fan. That's funny. Um, Yeah, but apparently the Bruins are showing interest in Owen Tippett. Very interesting stuff. But you guys said that the deal was finalized or something. Yeah, you guys are saying he got traded. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. He has not been traded. Being finalized. Show me where you're finding that. Where are you finding that? And where to? You said Montreal? I don't believe that yet. But part of me wants to believe it because I want them to make a move. But I don't think they traded Tippett. You guys are just trolling me. Enough of that. Risto and TK for Higgins needs to happen? No, it does not. That does not need to happen. You don't need to get rid of Travis Kennedy, who's averaging a point a game right now, or almost. You guys would do that? You remind me of Frosty from Philly, but just not an all Philly sports creator. Huh, interesting. Harrison played insane last night. Besides the one bad goal he gave up, he's better though. Thanks. That's the easiest yes ever. All right, you guys would trade Risto and Travis Kennedy for James Higgins right now. I'm not saying I would or would. Thank you for torturing the Rangers, of course. Colton, what's up, dude? You need a JT and Frosty collab? Yeah, you guys let him know. I don't care. Of course, Boston would laugh at us. Though. Right. I don't know where I'm thinking you went. But even if TK is here in 5 years, he's just going to be an overpaid old player. Trade now at high value. JT and Elmore Canty collab would be hilarious. I would love that. Oh my gosh. I asked Frosty about Mayor Media and he had mixed reviews. Oh, hold on, what's happening? I'll be repping the Flyers in Air Force basic training. Wow, good for you. That's sick. JT and Ashlyn Sullivan collab. I'm trying to read these comments. Metro is very tight this year. It absolutely is. Absolutely. All right. Any last thoughts before we wrap this up? I know this one's a little bit shorter. It's only like 40, 45 minutes, but I do want to hear some thoughts before I wrap this up. And we got to make fun of the Rangers a little bit more. It's gonna suck no hockey for 8.5 weeks, bro. Don't end. Rams live with Rune soon. Absolutely, absolutely. Go Rams. Trade everyone besides five guys. Who are those five guys? When is your next live? You know what? I'll do a pregame show tomorrow at 2 o'clock. How about that? How about that? Rangers suck. Yes, of course they do. Rangers suck. Spam it. Let's go. Yeah. So tomorrow at 2, I'll do a pre-show. It was a quiet day in your family. That's funny. Curtis wants to call in. All right, I'll give it a few minutes. Yes, I love how everyone just Frosty and JT are number one Philly sports carriers. Oh, thank you, Noah. Thank you so much. We need to suck more than the Rangers. They're gonna end up with McKenna, and we get no. They're not. It's fine. Even if they do, they'll still stink. They'll still stink. Curtis, I'm sorry, dude. I gotta wrap it up. I'm sorry. So I'm doing the pre-show for you guys though tomorrow too, and you are more than welcome to call in then. Impossible to suck more than the Rangers. That's a great comment right there. Pinning that. Couldn't pin the comment. What? Why not? I'm sorry, Curtis. I gotta wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, guys, before we wrap things up, hold up, hold up. Wrong song. What the heck is this? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We're cooking. We're cooking. No, it's the wrong Sinatra song. It's not New York, New York. Here we go. Start spreading the news. The Rangers lost again. They don't want to be a part of the playoffs. Playoffs. The Rangers still suck. All right, let me chill. Oh, I have too much fun hating on the Rangers. Dude has his own lyrics. Of course I do. Made them up on the spot. Should I come out with a single? The Rangers lose. Yeah, guys, I'm coming out with a song on Spotify, actually. That's a joke. I'm not coming out with a song. Oh, man. All right. Well, come out with a single. That's not happening. I can't sing, man. As you just saw. What would be JT's rap name? Gosh, I don't know if I've ever thought of what my. We need a song from JT. I'm not making a song. I am a podcaster, not a musician. Oh man. Be another Tyler the Creator or Sheck West. Oh my gosh. Oh man. You guys are funny. Me and Curtis are producers. Oh man. Well, all right, guys. That's gonna wrap it up. Look, great episode, guys. I love making fun of the Rangers with you guys. It's honestly incredible. Thank you everyone for watching. I know, it's not like I have some crazy great amount of viewers, but I love that the same people watch every episode. So thank you